Now, there's been several unreleased Kendrick Lamar songs that have reportedly surfaced online, including multiple reference tracks for Baby Keem. Now, some of these tracks are resurfacing because the reference track for Baby Keem came out a year ago. It says here a year ago, the So What record that Kendrick Lamar used as a reference track for Baby Keem came out way back when. But the article continues to talk about situations involving Rihanna. Rihanna was somebody that was involved in some of these resurfaced or surface tracks that were unreleased. Some unreleased tracks that Kendrick Lamar had dropped were for Rihanna directly. Recently, various previously unreleased Kendrick Lamar songs surfaced online, sparking all kinds of responses on social media. Two of the leaked tracks, OD and Trouble Me, were apparently created back in 2018. Once the Los Angeles rapper decided he wasn't going to use them, he sent them to Rihanna. Now, two tracks, OD and Trouble Me, were sent to Rihanna. Now, the other case, another one of the leaked songs is Public Enemy and features English singer Bakar. Finally, reference tracks for Baby Keem's The Sound of a Bad Habit era leaked for the songs So What and Opinions. Baby Keem reference tracks in particular have earned big reactions from listeners. Someone said, unironically, this sounds way better than the published version. Someone on Reddit had claimed, another person had claimed, bro, this is one of my favorite Keem songs ever. No way, Kendrick wrote this also. Another one writes, so there's people already talking about these reference tracks. Kendrick Lamar had made reference tracks for Baby Keem. This is something that people know. But a lot of reasons why this is going viral is for the fact that these are songs that people prefer than the published version, than the final product. Not only that, a lot of people are pointing towards the beef and what Drake had said about Kendrick Lamar at that time. At that time, Drake had said that K. Dot shit is only hitting hard when Baby Keem put his pen to it. Now, it's funny because all of the songs that we're hearing from Baby Keem apparently are songs that come from Kendrick Lamar. So the fact that there is people that was running with this narrative, including Drake, during the time of this battle, they kept saying that Baby Keem was the one writing lyrics for Kendrick, when in reality, it was the other way around. It's also really funny to point out that when Baby Keem was coming up, when nobody didn't really know about him, he got a really big push by Drake. Drake was praising Baby Keem. There was even rumors of them potentially working together. Baby Keem even talks about it in an interview.
One collaboration that people have been speculating on is you potentially working with Drake ever since they saw the picture of him popping up at your show.
Drake's tapped in, so as he should. As soon as Die For My Bitch came out, I think it was probably like a few months after he like reached out. I just remember like seeing a bunch of emojis.
But now, like I said, the tone had changed. Drake is saying that Kendrick is only good because Baby Keem writes his lyrics. In hindsight, Drake was praising Kendrick Lamar because he's the one writing Baby Keem's lyrics. Ain't that funny? Ain't it funny how this changed the whole dynamic of how Drake looks at Kendrick Lamar? Now we got to look at it from that perspective. Drake praising Baby Keem might have been an indirect nod to Kendrick Lamar without him even knowing it. At some point, Drake publicly showed interest in working with Baby Keem, or at least praised his work. Now with these leaked reference tracks from Kendrick surfacing, where it's clear that Kendrick either wrote or heavily influenced Keem's earlier material, the praise that he gave Baby Keem hits a little different now. Drake might have been admiring Kendrick's pen without even realizing it. If Drake genuinely thought he was applauding Keem's solo genius, but it turns out that the songs were written and co-created by Kendrick Lamar, that is the most ironic thing during this whole entire battle. Again, because Drake was the person that was saying all these things. Drake was the one that was saying that Baby Keem was writing all Kendrick's material, which is not true. It's the other way around. It definitely undermines Drake's position in their feud. In retrospect, after Kendrick and Drake's beef, Drake may have inadvertently validated Kendrick's dominance as a writer and a creative, the very thing he was going to war against. That were trying to play on this narrative. A lot of people, a lot of Drake fans were trying to make this a thing. They were trying to say that Kendrick doesn't write his lyrics, that Kendrick uses a ghostwriter also. But when the truth comes out, the truth is very loud. And the truth is telling people straight up that Kendrick was the one responsible for all the tracks, responsible for some of the songs that Drake even praised. It ain't that funny, the irony in that. You hate this guy, you will never compliment this guy because of secret animosity, hidden animosity between each other. It really puts it in perspective when you think about it, because Drake would never compliment Kendrick's work, especially after Control, especially after all the situations that happened after Control, after Jodeci Freestyle. Drake is not going to publicly compliment Kendrick Lamar's work. If anything, he stopped praising Kendrick after that. But then he goes and praises Baby Keem, not realizing in hindsight he's praising Kendrick Lamar. That's the craziest part about these reference tracks resurfacing online. As far as the 2 reference tracks for Rihanna, that's a little bit different. Kendrick was writing with Rihanna in mind, which says a lot. It could have been possible that this was another hit that he was trying to make with Rihanna. Kendrick was sending tracks to Rihanna only implies that he was crafting songs with either a mainstream thought in his mind, or he was trying to do another collaboration with her to go viral, just like Loyalty. The songs OD and Trouble Me, either some type of concept that was going to fit Rihanna's style. And she's notoriously selective. She's not somebody that's just going to work with anybody. But it shows that Kendrick's range as a songwriter, he was capable of working with Rihanna or sending something to Rihanna that she was going to be willing to work with later down the road. I feel like Rihanna was probably getting prepared to drop something at this time back in 2018, and she was working close with Kendrick to this, because why else would he send her reference tracks unless they're already working together or already in talks with each other? For sure, I do think that Rihanna trusts Kendrick and his creative vision, and I feel like this is why he was sending her those songs. I think they were going to try to make another Loyalty. I feel like that was the case. I'm hoping that was the case. I hope in this sense he wasn't just sending her songs as reference. I'm hoping that he was sending her songs, hoping that she would like it or make a song together as a collaboration. I would prefer Kendrick and Rihanna to make another Loyalty track or another collaboration than him just sending a reference track. But that's just my opinion. But for sure, it's not just Kendrick or a rapper tossing his leftovers to Rihanna. It's him as a peer looking at her as an equal and offering her high quality work. That's what I look at it as. And I was hoping that maybe she would drop something. Maybe this is 2018. So obviously it didn't happen. But I'm hoping that if Rihanna does end up dropping again, I hope that she does end up working with Kendrick Lamar also. And especially after everything that's happened with this battle, with Drake mentioning ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, and Drake going at it with Kendrick, I'm hoping that later down in the line we could get a Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar song again, whether it's Loyalty Part 2, whether it's OD, whatever the case may be. I am really hoping that this wasn't just him sending her a reference track. I hope that it was them actually collaborating with each other and doing something with each other that just didn't fall out. Probably wasn't the right timing. Probably there were so many things that could have happened, right, that we just don't know. But if he was giving them to Rihanna, I could only assume that they had something in the works. Maybe in the near future when everything gets settled, maybe when she settled with her family. I know she recently had a kid, or I think she's currently pregnant now. Can't remember, but after her pregnancy, after she settled down with all of that, hopefully she drops an album, and hopefully we get this track or another track with her and Kendrick collaborating with each other. I don't know. Y'all tell me how you feel about this, but for sure there is no good song going to waste when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. Y'all tell me how you feel about this and get back to me, man. Y'all tell me how you feel about this in the comments. Do you want another Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar song? Do you want another Baby Keem and Kendrick song? Do you prefer the Kendrick reference track more than the Baby Keem track? A lot of people are saying they prefer the reference track than the final product, which is crazy because it's just Kendrick singing the reference song. So y'all tell me how you feel about this and get back to me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.